What's up, guys? It's Ralph with Pondscapes out in Desert Mountain up in Scottsdale, Arizona. And we are back at Alton and Tammy's house for phase 3. So just a quick recap. This was phase number 1. A few weeks ago, we finished out phase number 2. And right over here to the left or to the west side of the drive coming in, we have got a stream system that is getting ready to get torn out. So what we have right here behind me is approximately a 25 linear foot run. And the idea of this is water starts from over here coming down, and you've got this beautiful cobble, kind of a bridge path going over. And the idea that water goes through and under this drive and comes through here and goes towards the house. Now, if you can see right through those windows, there's more water features that goes to the backyard. So you actually have that illusion that the water passes through a culvert right here, goes under the floor, shows up on the other side. And we're gonna get to that later on down the road. But this is number 3 of the 8 features that we'll be remodeling here. This will be number 4. Basically, this stream splits right as it comes through the bridge right here. But like I said, this is about 25 linear feet. It's going to meander anywhere from 15 inches to 30 inches wide. And we're going to have 2 small pondless waterfall spillways on this particular project. So one right here, giving us some nice current. And then right over here by where these grasses are, that's where our homeowner made his own spillways, and he'd like to see some water from that area as well. So the grass is coming out. We're gonna tuck that spill right into the elevation of that dirt right there, make it look like it's coming right out of the ground. We've got this concrete foundation, and we're not going to remove the whole thing because it is really deep and we can work with that depth. So what we are doing is jackhammering some holes into that concrete so it does not hold water. And then we're going to backfill it with some dirt, and then we'll be able to put our rock pad and liner on top of that and do everything that looks so nice above all that. All right, getting a good start to day number 2. Now, what we've got is a lot of logistics we got to figure out. Yesterday, we did some damage to the irrigation system and a water main line. And thankfully, Andrea and her team are out here fixing Tevin's mistakes. He's the one that broke all those lines. So we had a couple sleeves in the concrete foundation that was going through the center of the stream. When we scraped that with the bucket, it actually shattered those. And when we were removing 2-inch line over here next to these valve boxes, we broke 1/2-inch water main line. So you can see that is what we were cutting through. We accidentally hit that main line down below it. And what we've also found is that irrigation system goes straight down behind the feature through the sleeves in that shell and then back up and out. That can't happen. We can't have that, especially since we broke it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a sleeve across here. So when we're all done, the landscape team can come and route the flex line and go through that and then up and over to hit those plants over there. Something else that we're dealing with is we're working right in the middle of the driveway. So we've got our large machine here. The reason why we went so big with the machine, so we could reach all the way back to where we needed to. But it takes up a lot of real estate. So we've got to also be mindful when our homeowners need to leave. We've got to get that out of the way. We can't have a big pile of rocks out here. So out front, we have got both of our trucks. Actually, one truck just left. One truck and trailer just left to go get some fill material. But the other truck is getting loaded. So we're gonna back that truck in right up to the back of the machine, work out of the back of the truck to backfill that high ground inside there. Once it's empty, then we'll drive back out here, load up boulders into the back of the truck, back the truck with boulders in the trailer right over here, and then we're gonna work right out of the back of the trailer and setting rocks. We've got that bib liner laying over top of our aqua blocks. So all the way back here, we have a total of 12 aqua blocks. They are directly under this liner. And then that transition from the dirt to the liner, we trenched in, filled that with gravel to tighten it up, and we're gonna seal this. We're gonna foam all this in. That way when the water goes over the liner here, this is the original liner. It dips down, goes under the aqua blocks. This liner goes into this pocket and folds. This gravel is holding it down. We're gonna seal it with foam, and that way when the feature is running, that water goes right over that foam, keeps traveling along this liner. We're gonna have rock work framing the outsides, directing that water to disappear right over there where the aqua blocks are, where Tevin's standing. If we wanna trim a little bit more due to the amount of debris, we can definitely do that, but I feel like that will be plenty of space for the water to get down into the aqua blocks to that pump vault and recirculate. Now here's what our setup looks like. We've got our trailer backed in with our rock selection, got the machine set up, we're picking and strapping. So we have this section of the stream all done. So they're working on some detail, doing some riprap and wash sections, and also chunking in. We've got a spill right here, so that has to be backfilled, and then this pocket is gonna be filled with gravel. We'll foam over top of that. That level is gonna stay. Now what Keith and I have to do is we have to seam this. So we've got our plank set up underneath. That spillway is going to be right over here. This is really flat, so we don't have an opportunity to just do an overlap and depend on that vertical element. So we're going to have to seam this and then trim off our excess and then continue doing like this wash type setting all the way back here over to that culvert area. Right over here, we're going to have a nice little subtle waterfall coming off the side, turning and going that way, and then this will just be kind of a nice meandering stream. We basically did this because if we would have just ran out and used as much liner as we needed, we could have created a fold and taped over it with a cover tape and then angled it this way, but that would have eaten up a lot of liner. So it was a little more liner efficient to cut this, seam on that new section. So this second liner is actually seamed on this way, and you can see that comes up and over, and we're going to create a little waterfall right here. This will be more flat streaming, very subtle drop, but mostly just water meandering back and forth. Now you can see kind of how that is shaping out. We're moving the water back and forth. We've got a flat canvas to work with, so we're just dropping these rocks in, and we're gonna lift that liner, backfill behind these. And right here, Matt is working on something that he created a major problem with. The pond was never gonna hold water, was it? Why?
Because the rock.
Had nothing to do with you?
No, it was because of Colin.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
He dropped it right on the...
So we have this will actually be above water, but we wanted to patch it just to be doubly sure. And this is the rock that is going to go in place right there. And what happened was we've got a ribbon of concrete, the old pond, so that was back there. So we're gonna double up on some fabric to protect that. And basically what happens is you got a rock in a hard place with a liner in between. Even with that fabric on the back and fabric on the top of the liner, it just did a compression hole. So we're doubling up the fabric underneath, doubling up the fabric on top, and we're gonna be sure not to let Colin smash that rock into the concrete. Right, Matt? What we have running this feature is SLD pump, 4,000 to 7,000 gallons per hour. We have two small spillways. We have a small spillway here, and then at the headwaters, the other small spillway. They're 12-inch wide spillway. And the water is coming off of the pump, which is located right here, is a 2-inch line that tees off to each spillway and giving a perfect amount of sound for this beautiful stream. Okay, it is not often that we get to do this. We are all done with this water feature, just doing a little bit of detail and clean up, and then we move about 4 feet over and start another one. So you're gonna have to stick around for the next episode to see what we do over here. But until then, enjoy this one.